Perfect. All right. Hello, everyone. Officially welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're very excited to have you participating with us today. We have some fantastic schools here. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator for today's session. Before we get started, just a couple very quick housekeeping items for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters cannot see or hear you. You can, however, though, use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time during this entire session. And this is just one of many different sessions happening. So please be sure to check out the schedule on the website for anything else. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. And I will put that direct link in the chat box for you as well. I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. I'm going to pull this up right quick and we can go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Jones, one of the Associate Directors of Admissions here at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. On behalf of the entire IUP family, faculty, staff, students, and alum, I'd like to thank you all for a little bit of your time. The presentation that we have for you this evening, it's quick, it's brief, it's to the point. More importantly, it addresses the most common questions that students and parents have about IUP. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Starting off, I'd like to provide everyone with some general information about IUP. We are a state-owned university located in Western Pennsylvania. We're approximately 45 minutes to an hour east of Pittsburgh. We have over 10,000 students who attend IUP. Of those 10,000 students, 8,000 are undergraduate students, and a little bit over 2,000 are graduate students pursuing either a master's degree or a PhD. Our students come from around the world, representing 50 countries, as well as 46 different states. 7% of our students are out-of-state students. Because of the quality of the academic programs and the tuition discount we offer our out-of-state students, the majority of these students do come from the state of Virginia. Do you have my major is one of the most popular questions that most universities tend to receive or get from students and parents. Here at IUP, we offer over 100 undergraduate degrees, 70 minors, 30 certificate programs, 70 graduate programs. All of these programs fall underneath the 6 colleges that we have here at our institution. Most popular programs, you're looking at education, criminology, communication media, pre-law, pre-med, nursing, psychology, and anything that deals with business. Some of our more unique programs are speech and language pathology, interior design, and environmental health. Whatever your career goals may be, you will have the opportunity to create your own path here at IUP through any combination of double majoring, major and minor, certificate, or an associate degree. How will you learn? Here at IUP, learning takes place in many different ways, both inside and outside of the classroom. Our average class size is 30 to 35 students. Our student-teacher ratio is 16:1. This gives our professors the opportunity to know their students, and our students get an opportunity to know their professors. 98% of our classes are taught by full-time faculty, not graduate assistants, and all of our professors have office hours. Despite the array of academic support services we have here at our institution, if you need help, you will have a direct line to your professors. Your professors typically is your first advisor as well as your mentors. We want you to also learn outside of the classroom. You'll learn by getting hands-on experience, by doing research with our faculty, by participating in either study abroad, national student exchange programs. We offer our students over 300 study abroad opportunities, over 375 national student exchange locations. So if you're interested in doing a semester at the University of Hawaii or studying in France, we offer these opportunities and many more. Each year, over 3,000 of our students participate in internships and out of classroom experiences. Our students have interned in some of the largest companies in the world, from Tesla to IBM to Disney. Taking what you've learned in a classroom and outside of the classroom is why 98% of our students either attend graduate school or find a job once they graduate from IUP. Where will you live and eat on campus? We have 11 resident halls on campus, 4 dining facilities. Our students have 6 different living options to choose from a single person suite to a 4-person suite. All of our resident halls have Wi-Fi, laundry room, microwave, refrigerators, all of the comforts you may have at home. If you're interested in living on a floor with all nursing majors or all business majors, we offer that as an opportunity as part of our living learning community for all of our students. We encourage all of our students to get involved on campus. Getting involved is easy. We have more than 200 clubs and organizations, fraternities, sororities, and service organizations. As well, we have 19 Division II varsity sports. Our athletic teams are constantly ranked each year nationally, with both our men and women's basketball team making the Final Four in recent years. How do you apply to IUP? How do you get started? We are SAT optional. The only things that we need in order for us to make a decision is your application and your high school transcripts. Letters of recommendation and essays are optional. If you have them and you want to send them in, you're more than welcome to do so. Once we have your application, it's completed. It usually takes us about a week or 2 weeks to make a decision. We receive over 10,000 applications each year on average. Our incoming freshman class is anywhere between 1,200 to 1,300 students. Financial aid, financing your IUP education. Financial aid or financing your IUP education starts with completing your FAFSA form. Our recommendation is to have it completed by January 15th. Regardless of whether you are in state or out of state, our merit-based scholarships are open to all students once you have been admitted to our institution. We've got plenty of options to help our students explore IUP further. We offer a number of different virtual opportunities as well as open houses for students as well as weekday programs. So if you have the opportunity and you want to come and get a little bit more information about IUP, please visit us on our website to sign up. And if you want more information about IUP, please feel free to visit us. Thank you very much.
Right, so hello everyone. My name is Monica Venturella. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Elizabethtown College, and I'm going to be talking to you guys all about how to become a Blue Jay. So just a little bit about E-Town. We are a small private liberal arts college, around 1,800 students on campus. Average class size is going to be around 17. We're located near Hershey, PA. It's about 10 minutes from Hershey, about a 30-minute drive from the state capital of Harrisburg. It's not too far from any major cities, which is very nice. We offer tons of different majors at E-Town, as you can see on this big list here, but I always recommend students to check out our website to see what major we offer. But we tend to specialize more into health professions, as well as engineering, computer science, more in the STEM fields. Some more unique majors that we offer are music therapy, as well as Japanese. So there's definitely something for everyone on campus. Two of our more larger majors are going to be business as well as biology. So again, definitely recommend you guys check out the different website and see what different schools we offer. So they do offer a lot of different programs as well as some graduate degree programs. So one thing that really makes E-Town very unique is the fact that we offer signature learning experiences. So signature learning are things that we guarantee you to do outside the classroom. So things like research, internships, study abroad, community-based learning, as well as capstone experiences. So with any of these experiences, they're all built into your program. So you don't have to stress too much about like, oh my gosh, when do I fit these in? How do I do them? They're all built in. So most students will complete at least 2 of these by the time they're probably a junior. We guarantee you to complete at least 2. On average, most students probably will complete around, I'd say around 4 within the 4 years that they're at E-Town. So with that being said, very easy to fit them in. You can mix and match, you can double up and really make it unique to you and what you want to get out of your education here at E-Town. But of course, going to college is not all about studying all the time. So we offered 24 different Division III athletic teams, as well as 76 different clubs and organizations on campus. So definitely a lot of things you guys can get involved in while you're here. We always say that the ideal E-Town student is someone who has a lot going on in high school. So not only are they getting really good grades, but they also have, they're involved in soccer and they're also involved in student government, as well as some academic clubs. Maybe they also want to join an honor society. We really encourage our students to kind of go above and beyond the traditional, just, doing major in one activity. We really want them to really get well involved while they're here. So I do want to briefly go over how to apply to E-Town. So we are a very simple application. We are on the Common application as well as the E-Town application. All you really need to do is apply and then submit your high school transcript, 1 recommendation letter that can be from a coach, a mentor, a teacher, whoever. Writing sample, which is included in the Common application, and then the council report, which your counselors will send to us automatically. So with that, we're on a rolling admissions basis. So you get stuff in, typically within about 2 or 3 weeks, you'll hear back from us. So when you do hear back from us, you'll actually get your acceptance letter via our portal first, and you get the official thing in the mail. When you get accepted to E-Town, you will see that your merit-based scholarship right on the acceptance letter. So we'll talk about merit in a minute, but with merit, it's all included on the acceptance. Step 3 is to officially decide. So you do have until May 1 to officially decide if you want to attend E-Town. Definitely during this whole time frame, come visit us, come check out different options that we offer on campus as well as virtually. For our accepted students, we are offering students to be able to sit down on classes. Hopefully, cross my fingers for next semester, offering overnight visits, trying to get you guys more involved on campus as we go throughout the entire process. So I mentioned this before, merit-based scholarships, right now, they range from $12,000 to $18,000 automatic. So you don't have to apply anything differently. Apply to E-Town, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. You'll also be automatically considered for some other scholarships that we offer. So Mosaic for students who go above and beyond any form of diversity initiatives, music performance for any student, regardless of major, who wants to continue music in college, and then the STAMP scholarship, which is a full tuition scholarship that we award to around 7 to 10 students per year. We also offer need-based financial aid. So definitely fill out the FAFSA that becomes available on October 1st. 96% of students who apply to E-Town receive some sort of financial aid. So I highly recommend applying for financial aid, but also that merit-based scholarships bring down the cost a lot. And so as you can see here, this year's numbers are actually $47,000 total price. So most students actually only pay between $16,000 and $22,000 to actually attend here. So a lot more affordable, really try and make it as affordable as possible for all of our students. Just want to mention some specialty programs that we have. So the honors program, OT, physician assistant, as well as music, do require some specialty interviews or different requirements to application. So if you're thinking about any of those majors, definitely recommend checking out our website or shooting me an email to really verify what you need to make sure your application is fully complete. We also want to talk about transferring in credits. So as far as taking the AP courses, a 4 or 5 on the exam, IB a 5 or higher, and dual enrollment a C- or better in 100 level class, we'll get you both class and credit here at E-Town. So we really try and make sure that you're taking advantage of what you've done in high school and applying it to your college career at E-Town. Of course, I highly recommend you guys to come visit us in person. That's the best way to really check out E-Town and see if it's the right fit for you. Lots of programs that we offer. Always check our website because things are ever changing to see what options we are offering at the moment. But thank you so much. I'll throw my information into the chat, but if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us to learn a little bit about the different universities. My name is Emily Santana. I am one of the assistant directors of undergraduate admissions here at Drexel University. Just a little bit about Drexel. We are located right in the city of Philadelphia, and we're home to about 14,500 undergraduate students across 13 different colleges and schools. Our students come from about 47 different states and 122 different countries. So we have a very diverse undergraduate population here at the university as well. At Drexel, you have the ability to major in over 80 different majors and minor in over 100 different minors across 13 colleges and schools. And all of our programs are direct entry. So you would start in your major of choice day 1. At Drexel, we do have a student to faculty ratio of 10:1 and a median class size of 19 students. All of our classes are taught by our faculty members, and when you are in your 100 level courses are where you'll see the more students. As you get higher in your degree, the less students you'll see there. And half of our student population is away at any given time through our co-op program. So because of that, we're able to keep our class sizes small and our student to faculty ratio small here at the university. At Drexel, we have a very unique curriculum that allows our students to put into play what they learned in the classroom and get real world experiences while still being students at the university, and then bring that back into the classroom to share with their faculty members and their peers, creating a circle of learning that's beneficial for all students across all disciplines here at the university. There's many ways that you can get involved in your Drexel education outside of the classroom while still being connected to your major. At Drexel, we're very proud of being one of the few standalone schools that has a standalone school of entrepreneurship. And then within our close school of entrepreneurship, we have what is called our Biota Institute. Our Biota Institute is here to create and help students create their own businesses. You'll get all the guidance, mentorship, and even potential funding through the Biota Institute to start your own business. We have performing arts ensembles. We allow students to study abroad, and we also have research opportunities available for all students across all majors and all disciplines. So there is a bunch of different opportunities for you here at the university to get involved in your education. But what we're really known for at Drexel is our co-op program. Our co-op program is the largest of its kind. We partner with around 1,500 companies across 39 states and 40 different countries, and 96% of students at Drexel complete at least one co-op in their time. The median salary for students in a 6-month period is around $19,000, and this is a full-time work experience where you're not expected to be taking any courses, but working full-time in your major to get that valuable experience that'll set you apart from other students. Because you will have the ability to graduate with anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of full-time work experience in your field. At Drexel, we are a quarter school to accommodate our co-ops, and we offer students the ability to do a 4-year one co-op, meaning you would go to school for 4 years, 12 academic terms of classes, 1 6-month-long co-op in your 3rd year, and then graduate after 4 years. In a 5-year curriculum, students would complete 12 academic terms of classes, 3 6-month-long co-ops for a total of 18 months of full-time work experience, and you would graduate in 5 years. Whether you do a 4-year or a 5-year program, you're going to spend the exact same amount of time in the classroom. So the cost of attendance is the same for both of the curriculums. At Drexel, we have over 350 other student organizations for you to get involved in. Division I athletics, 18 men's and women's Division I sports, club and intramural sports as well, and then 30 sororities and fraternities, and we do offer fraternity and sorority housing for students here at the university. We are located in what is considered University City. University City is home to not only Drexel University, but 2 other universities for a total of 40,000 college students across all 3 of the campuses. We also have 3 dining facilities, a 2-year residency requirement, and 10 residence halls for students to live on campus their first 2 years. We offer 3 on-campus university-sponsored apartments, and then we also have some major restaurants such as Starbucks, Zaxby's, Shake Shack, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A on our campus for our students as well. The perk of being in University City area is the food trucks. There are some amazing food in the University City area for students to take advantage of. Here at Drexel, this is our complete application process. So these are all of the application materials we require for a student to be considered an applicant to the university. We have 2 admissions deadlines, a university deadline of November 1st for early action and early decision, and then a regular decision deadline of January 15th for students. We are not on a rolling basis. We release decisions twice a year, and you will receive all your financial aid decision as long as you submitted the CSS profile through the College Board and the FAFSA on time to be considered for need-based institutional aid. This is my contact information, so if you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you have about the university. Also, feel free to put your questions in the chat box, and I'll be more than glad to answer them as well. You can also email us at our general first-year admissions box as well. Again, thank you all so much for taking the time this afternoon to learn a little bit more about Drexel.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Maddie. I've just put my contact info in the chat. Thanks for being with us today. I am a 2017 graduate of Gettysburg College and a senior assistant director of admission now. I work with students in Virginia and south of Virginia, and really happy to be here. Just to start a little bit about our location, you can see the map there. We're only about an hour from Baltimore, hour and 20 minutes or so from Washington, D.C. I heard E-Town and some other schools saying that they're open for visitors, which is amazing after this 1.5-year drought. So we encourage you to visit Gettysburg. We're open for tours Monday through Saturday as well, and interviews too. We just had our first open house yesterday. All went well. So these major cities, not too far from campus, if you're looking for an internship or just to get off campus to have some fun, go to the Cherry Blossom Festival in DC, or perhaps a Ravens game in Baltimore. But let me talk about our student body for a minute. So we are a selective National College of the Liberal Arts and Sciences of about 2,600 students. 100% of those students are able to live on campus all 4 years. So right now we're at about 2,500 living on campus. So there's a lot going on. And our student body comes from about 40 states and 40 different countries every year. About 25% are from Pennsylvania, so majority outside, and also another 25% identify as underrepresented students. So lots of diversity in the classrooms, which have an average class size of 17 students. So you'll get to know the other classmates and your professors very well, very quickly. What's going on? Well, we have more than 120 student clubs and organizations, from Greek life to Division III varsity athletics to a whole conservatory of music with myriad ensembles, choirs, a marching band, etc. You can also see that more than 50% of our students actively do research with faculty members on campus. Of course, there's ways to do this abroad as well. About 60% of our students will study abroad for at least 1 semester. Gettysburg covers any difference in price, so it costs the same tuition. Your scholarships and aids stay with you for up to 2 semesters of study abroad, and we also cover the round trip flights or airfare for you, so we really encourage that experience. Some of our more popular majors, due to our connections with Washington, D.C., would be political science, public policy, and economics. One thing I would like to highlight is pictured here in the bottom. The most popular science program at Gettysburg is our health sciences major that actually has these 2 virtual dissection tables at their disposal in the Science Center. So these are wicked cool. I hope you come check them out if you're thinking of medical school or any human-related graduate program. Speaking of graduate programs, about 98% of our students are either employed or in graduate school within 1 year of leaving Gettysburg. And this is a new statistic. So class of 2020, who literally graduated in the middle of a pandemic, 1 year out, 98% of them employed or doing great things in graduate school. About 80% do at least 1 internship in their 4 years. This is actually a component weaved into the health sciences and the business programs at Gettysburg, so you will be doing that. And on your screen right now are just some of our major updates. So the business track is new at Gettysburg. A data science minor is hugely popular, a new program demanded by students at Gettysburg. The Eisenhower Institute has a director now based in Washington, D.C., so making a little more intentional of those connections, and those programs go down to Washington, D.C. multiple times throughout the course of the year. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And here's what you need to know about applying to Gettysburg. We are on the Common App. We do wish to see mostly, if not all, A's and B's on your transcript. Extracurriculars are important due to how active our students are in our community at Gettysburg. So write all those down. We require 2 letters of recommendation. That's 1 from a counselor and 1 from a teacher. No supplemental essays, just the 1 college essay, and we are test optional. Our averages are about 28 ACT and 1330 SAT if you wish to maybe submit those. And we do calculate demonstrated interest. So coming to this, doing an interview, coming to campus, any of our virtual programs, I'd love to meet with you virtually or in person. All of that counts in your application. As some of my colleagues mentioned before, we do require the FAFSA and the CSS profile for need-based aid, but all of these scholarships are separate of that. These are merit-based scholarships based on your academics, most of which you do not need to apply for. If you're interested, the Eisenhower Scholarship does require an application, as does the STEM Scholarship. So look on the website for those. If you're applying to the Conservatory of Music and auditioning to major or minor in music, you are eligible for those talent-based scholarships as well. So I hope you will consider applying. And this, again, is my contact info. So I hope you will reach out. Take care, everyone.
All right, fantastic. All of our presenters, you guys are amazing, of course. It looks like we have a little bit of time left together. So if all of our presenters would please come back on screen, wonderful. We're gonna wrap up our time with a couple Q&A questions. So the first one, and let me just say this, was just a quick reminder, we'll go in the same order everyone presented in just to stay organized. So our first question will be, what is one piece of advice you would offer to someone going through the college search process?
I guess the best advice that I won't say it's the best advice, but some of the information that I typically would share to students is to be realistic with their academic achievement in high school. There's nothing wrong with going after that dream school, but it's always a good idea to have multiple options. But it's important that students understand that it is not the high school counselor's responsibility to get you into college. It is your responsibility based off of how well you have performed in high school. So
kind of going along with that, I always recommend to students to really brag about themselves on the application, tell us a lot about themselves, make sure they're not missing anything from what they did as a freshman to the time during COVID to anywhere in between. To really kind of go through and be like, all right, what was I involved in? What did I do? What honor societies was I in? Really tell us all that within the application. That way we can see who they are as a person a lot better.
For me, I definitely recommend for students to use the resources that are available to them. This is their first time going through the college admissions process, and your college counselors are very aware of that. Make sure that you're reaching out to the admissions counselors or the admissions representatives for the institutions that you're applying to. Introduce yourself, get to know them, and ask them questions about the university. While some schools don't track demonstrated interest in terms of the admissions process, it's still really nice for us to get to know you before we review your applications. Because at the end of the day, the people who you talk to are the people who are going to sit down and review your application. So it's always important for students to reach out to their admissions representative while they're applying.
Yeah, I would go off that using your resources. It's really important going through the college process to remember at the same time that it is your next 4 years and no one else's. So to use, your college counselor, if you have one, the knowledge of your parents and friends, for sure, but keep in mind, your goals and what you actually want in the process. And last sort of resource to use is to visit the college if possible before applying or once you're accepted. I think that's really, really important.
All right, question 2. What is one thing that you would like students to remember about your institution?
Oh, wow. One of the things I want you to remember, for us, it's important that that students take advantage of all of the opportunities outside of the classroom. That's something that we put a lot of effort, time, and resources in. We understand that learning this doesn't take place in the classroom. So that's important that students will have the opportunity, like other universities as well, but study abroad, national student exchange, internship opportunities, any type of learning experience that a student could put down on their resume that's going to put them in a position to be more competitive when it comes to find a job is something that is important to us.
So one thing that we always say we want them to walk away with is kind of the feeling when they walk away from campus and they're like, this feels really good. And that's kind of across the board at any college. So when they come to campus, making sure that they really feel, how the students interact and they see that, and making sure that they feel really welcome on campus. Because that's how I felt when I was a student there. So I felt when I came back. So we really, encourage our students not only to come to campus, but to, have that feeling. And if you feel that, it's probably going to be the college you want to go to.
Similar to what Monica says, just, make sure you're remembering that feel. One thing about Drexel that I like to say is that you get the best of both worlds. You get all the benefits that come with large research institutions, small class sizes, hands-on experience. So just making sure that, you remember that about Drexel. You get the best of both worlds here.
I want you to remember that there are only ghosts in Gettysburg if you believe in ghosts. No, I'll take that as a cop out. But I like what everybody else has said here. And I would say the global education piece of Gettysburg, if study abroad is really important to you, that is highly encouraged and easily flexible at Gettysburg. Students that do a double major, do a pre-med major, do a music major, still are able to study abroad for at least one semester. About 20% do 2 semesters. So that is really easy and accessible at Gettysburg, through Gettysburg, I should say. Even programs in Washington, D.C. Count as abroad.
All right, one last question to wrap up our time together. What is one college admissions myth that you would like to debunk?
I hate going first because now I don't have time to think about anything. Oh wow, one of them was college. That you don't have to go to college to be successful. I would explain that a little bit further in saying that you don't have to go to college to be successful, but chances are if you do, you're probably going to have a better chance at being successful.
So mine is always that we are not scary people. So definitely come and talk to us. I mean, we all look very nice. So definitely come talk to us and interact with us and be normal with us. As much as we are the ones who make the decisions, we're not scary. Interviews with us are not terrifying. If anything, we want you to feel comfortable and we want you to feel good when you're on campus. So we're not going to sit there and be like, what are your weaknesses? And write them all down. We always want to be very approachable. So definitely come talk to us, even at a college fair, in person, virtually, come say hi.
Definitely agree with that. Some of the most approachable people are college admissions counselors. I'm a fun time, I like to think. But one of the biggest myths that I like to debunk for students is what you see in terms of the college admissions process on TV and in movies is not realistic. I like to watch those things and laugh because I forgot what show it was where they were like, it's me and another student, and if the other student gets in, I'm not going to get into college. And I'm like, that's not actually how the admissions process works. We do not compare you to other students. We look at you as an individual because that's who you are. So just realizing that you're not competing with all of the other students across the world. We're looking at you as an individual person to see what you can bring to the institutions that you are applying to as a person. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, going off that, I think one myth is that schools have, about 6 seconds they're viewing your application or your resume or your essay, which is typically not accurate. I mean, there are some schools where they may have to, do it really fast or run you through a system because they get so many applications. But a large amount of colleges, they spend time on your application, and multiple people will view your application and read your essays and your letters of recommendation. So I think that is a huge myth. And so, all the pieces of your application matter, not just the test scores and the GPA and, your transcript. So it's all read, it's all accounted for. And that's what I'll say.
Great answers. I don't know anything else to say. I agree with absolutely every single thing all of our presenters shared with us today. And that brings us to the end of our time together. So I have one final slide. Let me get this up here. Perfect. Just an official, one more. Thank you so much for joining us. Presenters, you all did fantastic. Students and families, we're so glad that you could join us today. Students, when you do close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. I promise, very quick. If you're willing to share any feedback with us, we would absolutely greatly appreciate it. And you will be able to find this session recording as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So officially, thank you one last time. And I'm sure all of our presenters would join me in saying that we really do wish you the absolute best of luck in finding that perfect school for you. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.